Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people, and welcome into another rendition of the Must Be Two Sides weekly NFL recap. Week 5, man, a whole lot of comebacks, a whole lot of action, man. Amar, what you think of this week, man?
Crazy week, man. Crazy week. I think maybe the craziest play of all. Tennessee, how they ended up scoring a touchdown on a certain play where it was picked off or fumbled, then kicked around, then scooped up in the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, Baltimore getting blown out by the Houston Texans, although we know Lamar Jackson didn't play. I mean, it was crazy. Carson Wentz leading a comeback drive with 4 backup offensive linemen in the game, only 1 starter. I mean, dog, where do you begin after week 5?
Bro, I gotta make an admission, man. One thing I realized this week, well, you know I'm in Dallas, bro, and so that subjects me to the local stations, and I had to watch the Dallas game as they blew out the Jets this week, man. So I was just sitting there bored, ready to fall asleep on it, and I realized why y'all actually do play fantasy football. I see what's the big deal is now, man. It's games like that, you need a stake in the game to sit there and have to sit through that, man.
Dak Prescott had 40 points on my bench this weekend too, so bad GM play by me. You know what I'm saying? So yes, but I told you when you have no interest in a game, no your favorite team not playing, your favorite players not playing, you need something to keep you in the game. And fantasy is that it'll keep you glued to your phone. I don't gamble, but parlays do that for some people. But fantasy is my parlays. That's my gambling.
Yeah, man. Let's talk a little bit about these Ravens, man. Do you think Lamar Jackson, when he finally comes back from that injury, do you think he can pull them out of this huge hole that they've created for themselves early
Nah,
in this
man, it's
season?
their defense. It's really not their offense because their offense, when he was playing, they were one of the highest scoring offenses in the NFL. But their defense can't stop a nosebleed right now. I mean, it start with the guys up front that they're missing a lot of injuries and whatnot. But that's the name of the game. And so I think what you're witnessing right now with the Baltimore Ravens is what happens when you don't capitalize on your opportunities when they're there right in front of you. And I think the last couple of years, Lamar and the Ravens had a golden opportunity to get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl, and they didn't. And now their roster is depleted with injuries right now. So it's kind of like, all right, this is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Like, this is how turnovers start. This is how you have to start revamping and rebuilding your roster after a couple of years, because when you build it up a certain way, you only got a couple of years in that window to win. And then when you don't, you got to start all over and you got to revamp it, kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs did. I mean, they were known for Travis Kelce playing through him. Now they're revamping it with Hollywood Brown, Rasheed Rice when he comes back, Xavier Worthy, like you name it, Tayshaun Thornton. So it's kind of like, you got to keep up with the times. And the Ravens, they are falling behind right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's kind of reminiscent of the Bengals and Joe Burrow and what they've been doing the last few years, falling behind early in the season and trying to a last ditch effort at the end of the season. And obviously, we seen last year that didn't work out for them. So I feel like the Ravens are on a similar path this year and clearing the way in that AFC North division for the Steelers, huh?
Look, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been playing good football. Granted, they were on the bye this week after their dub in Dublin last week, but crazy times, Cole. Crazy times. We've seen crazier things happen though. And while we're talking like this, it's week 5. It's
It
still
is.
12 weeks to go. Still a lot
It's
of ball left to be played.
It's early, man, and another quarterback that's hurt. Your guys out there, JJ McCarthy, but
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz stepped in and had a huge play at the end of the game to win it, man. What is the I guess the feel in that locker room? I don't know if you've been in it yet, but the feel around that team.
No, I haven't been around them in quite a few weeks because I had to cover the WNBA semifinals that the leagues were in when Nafisa Collier set the world ablaze on social media and whatnot. But no, the vibe is good. I would have to imagine though, but I ain't been inside there to really verify that. But they got a victory heading into the bye week, and you know as anybody like how good that makes you feel, how important that is to go into the bye week off a victory, especially with the way that they lost in Dublin to the Steelers. So vibes are good, but when you have a backup quarterback that goes 9 for 9 on the final drive, leads your team down the field in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 80 yards, and throws a touchdown at the end of the game to win, and he goes 2-1 as a starter, Well, you kind of open up Pandora's box for a lot of what ifs. And is he going to be the starter? Is JJ McCarthy this good? Coach O'Connell came out and said today that basically they're going to ramp him up this week during the bye week. He's still around. He's at the facility. And then next week, he's going to practice. And he better get his stuff together because Jalen Carter and all them, Jordan Davis, all them boys coming to Minnesota after that bye week. That's going to be a tall task for JJ McCarthy. So hope his head been in the playbook. I know he's confident as ever, but confidence is one thing. You got to go out there and play with that confidence and show it. And I think, the offensive line was dinged up, but they got some guys coming back like Christian Darrisaw, their starting left tackle. He was gone for the first couple of starts when JJ McCarthy was out there. He'll be back. Hopefully Brian O'Neill will be back coming after the bye. You got Will Fries. He's healthy. Ryan Kelly starting center. He's going to be out for a little while. And then Donovan Jackson, their first round draft pick, he'll be back. So, no more excuses. The line will be somewhat better. The skill players are there. Jordan Addison's there now. So he got to go out and deliver, dog.
Yeah, man. Hey, do you think there's any situation where JJ McCarthy comes back and underperforms and coach goes back to Carson Wentz?
Facts, yeah. Got to. You got to win now roster. Like, it's one thing if your roster wasn't built to go compete for a championship, but that roster is built to go compete for a championship right now. So you can't tell all these other guys that's vying for that one thing at the end of the season that, hey, we got a young quarterback. We just got to go through these growing pains. We may lose, but we'll get them next year. Nah, that ain't going to cut it. You'll lose a lot of respect in the locker room. I'm sure you can attest to.
100%, man. So yeah, that makes sense to me. So man, after that 12 o'clock window, that sleeper of a game versus Cowboys and Jets, the second window it livened up a little bit. We had the Bucks versus the Seahawks, two quarterbacks with second and third chances getting to be on new teams and really thrive. And we get to see how Baker Mayfield, when you get out of Cleveland, there's greener pasture.
Look, man, he been balling, bro. That's crazy. Like,
going crazy.
Cleveland is just like the quarterback killer, dog, for all these guys, Deshaun Watson, you name it. But Baker playing with confidence, man. And confidence is everything. Like, if you don't have no confidence, you overthinking when you get out there, you're never going to play up to your potential. And you see Baker talking trash with the fans before the game, calling them like the P word and stuff like that. It's like, this man got a swagger back right now, and he playing with it, especially when you got a young receiver like Emmanuel Egbuka. Like, dog, he is fire. So it's just like, when you got guys like that and everybody around you believe in you, it's kind of hard to fail.
Yeah, man, definitely. Emeka Egbuka just setting records
Mecca.
left and
I
right.
don't know why I said Emmanuel. My bad. Yeah, Mecca.
Oh, good. He's setting records left and right for rookies, man. It's beautiful to see, man. I'm interested to see if he still gonna be on that type of tear when Mike Evans gets back. But him and Baker got a great thing going right now, so that's gonna be hard to mess up that chemistry there, man. And that game went down to the end, man. It seemed like whoever was gonna have the ball last was gonna win it, and we seen Sam Darnold just make one mistake and throw the game away at the end. So, but they're both playing pretty good football right now, and definitely revived their careers.
I think the team that we all need to be talking about right now, the Denver Broncos. Like, that's a good football team. They just beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They came from behind, stopped that run game, held Saquon Barkley to 30 yards. Now, I'm not going to get into what Nick Sirianni and them are doing offensively, that you only give Saquon Barkley 6 or 7 carries in the game. Like, you must have lost your mind, like when you have a running back like that on your roster. But the Broncos, man, Bo Nix, Sean Payton, that offense, they're able to run the ball with J.K. Dobbins and then, find those guys out on the outside, Cortland Sutton, and a couple of other players. Like, they're playing good ball right now, and it starts defensively too with Pat Surtain at corner. Man, that guy's like shutting down one half of the field. And when you got a lockdown corner like that, it opens up a lot of things you can do defensively. So Denver Broncos, man, that's a sleeper right now. That division, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, like, right? You count the Raiders out. But yeah, like those other 3 teams, man, it's fire right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. And the Eagles, man, they're just up and down every week. They've been winning these games, but they finally lost this one. Do you think like some of that not feeding Saquon had to do with some of the receivers maybe throwing subliminals on Twitter?
I mean, from what I understand, I read a report today that said Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Saquon Barkley had a very lengthy conversation between those 3 players, and it ended positive from what I understand. That's just a report I read. So I didn't call nobody in Philadelphia to verify that, but it came from a legitimate reporter. And so you would like to think that everybody has some frustrations right there. I remember we posted a video last week talking about AJ Brown posting a scripture and how he wasn't happy. And a fan came out and said, "What are you guys doing? You're making up stuff." He is happy. It's like, all right, did you see him after this past week? He was clearly upset. And you ain't having no meeting with the quarterback and the other star running back if you're happy.